We have about 10 years to turn the world away from fossil fuels. To be able to do that, we have to focus on the big problems. The big problems is, of course, the fossil fuel market that is standing for more than 75% of the energy production and CO2 emission outlets. But the big problem within the fossil fuel market is energy production. Energy production is today mainly coal, oil and gas, and we need to move away from those kind of energy sources. Even if we are producing electricity with wind or solar, we don't have the capability to store energy and deliver the energy during nighttime. That's the big problem. And that is why we still are using fossil fuels. My name is Lars Jacobsson. I'm the founder of TEXEL Energy Storage. We have invented a new battery technology to move away from fossil fuels. The basic behind our new battery technology is that we are storing heat instead of storing electricity. And that makes the battery technology up to more than 90% cheaper than lithium batteries in some applications. The principle of the technology is that we are using something called a Stirling converter. Stirling converters are converting heat from any heat source into electricity. The TEXEL thermochemical battery technology contains two components: a metal hydride that stores energy for up to 100 years and the Stirling converter that converts the heat to electricity. The battery consists of a hot side and a cold side, and it's charged by the heat from any energy source, like the heat from the sun or electricity. When the hot side of the battery is charged, a chemical reaction occurs and energy is stored in the metal hydrides. The hydrogen will move from the hot side to the cold side during this reaction. When the hydrogen stored in the cold side of the battery is forced back to the hot side, the thermal energy will be released from the metal hydrides and the hot side becomes hot again. The heat is now transformed into the Stirling converter that starts to spin, creating kinetic energy, which will force a generator to create electricity. The principle is easy. So you're just lightening up, putting heat to the engine. And when you have heat to the engine, the car is moving. Or in our case, we are using it together with a thermal battery. And when you have a thermal battery connected to a Stirling engine, you can drive a car, you can drive an airplane, you just produce electricity. My background is the oil industry. And also in the oil industry, you need storage. I started my first solar technology company in 2006-2007, where we were looking at thermoelectrical power. So we started off with something called concentrated solar power dish that we could also use for storing the heat energy. The battery technology that TEXEL now has is based on thermochemical. You can store it without any rare earth materials, and you can use it for 40 years without any degradation, which is a big problem for the lithium-ion battery. We all know about global warming and climate change. I have been focusing on different technologies to find a solution for storage. To make a new battery technology that is the only way to reduce CO2 emission enough to actually get the increasing figures of CO2 to drop within 10 years.